Foodie gang, 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 gang. Foodie gang, 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 gang. Foodie gang, 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 gang.
Foodie gang, gang, gang.
Food gang, gang, gang.
Foodie gang, 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 gang. gang, 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 gang. Foodie gang, 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 gang.
Foodie gang, gang, gang.
Food gang, gang, gang.
Foodie gang, gang, gang.
Food gang, gang, gang. Food gang, gang, gang.
What's going on, Foodie gang? What's going on? You're tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank, Season 2, Episode 7. We are just chugging along. Make sure you guys go watch the full Season 2 so you know exactly what we are talking about and who we are talking about. And I want to thank all the foodie gang that was here early, making this a great show. Thank you so much. And let's do some shout outs. Okay, normally Randy is the first person here, but today she got some competition. 28 baby boy. Randy. Okay, and then Hassan was here. Thank y'all all so much for tuning in. I know I am running a little late today But yeah, it's been a crazy day. I just got off work. And so I wanted to make sure everything was okay with the sound. And if my sound does sound weird at any point in time, please let me know. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn the notification bell on. I'm going live randomly, and every Wednesday at 9 a.m. I'm dropping pre-recorded content. So thank you all so much. Oh, we got Dr. Frizzle. What's up? What's up? He said, hey, people. Had to say, what's up? They got me tied up at work, man. They be working you hard, Dr. Frizzle. But don't give them your blood, sweat, and tears. If you guys watch season 2, episode 6, about why our restaurants always closing, someone was saying they gave their blood, sweat, and tears, and the restaurant closed the doors on them. So don't give them y'all blood, sweat, and tears, but work hard. And we got some more. But yeah, thank y'all so much, Foodie Gang, for showing up, showing out. And as always, to support the channel and keep the stove on, you can hit the Cash App at $Chefbigbank. And follow me on all my social media platforms listed down below. And then I also make children's content at Ava's Playtime on YouTube. And I know y'all see the video. Ooh, certified Foodie Gang. The Foodie Gang store is now open. You can shop your merch, get all your merch. Randy, I ain't forgot about Chico. I'm going to make kids shirts, but you know, I got a lot going on. But yes, 907 Good Eats kids shirts are coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And also join my group on Facebook, Chefbigbank Foodie Gang fan page. We just hit 700 members. And this is a little sneak peek, but I'm gonna let y'all know I am working on a national pasta contest, which will be a virtual contest. So stay tuned for that announcement, and make sure that you are a member of the group so that you do get notified when we start our competition. And for this episode, we are going to talk about the rise of fast food prices, explained by a chef. So the last episode, if y'all haven't seen it, it's okay. Go watch the replay. The last episode, we talked about why are restaurants always closing down. In this episode, we're going to talk about the rise of fast food prices. But before we get into the show and the video I have for y'all, I'm going to go ahead and read this disclaimer so that, I'm saying, that I'm trying to come get me. So, welcome to 907 Good Eats Kitchen Talk with Chefbigbank. Please note that the information provided on our channel, including commentary and discussions, is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. Comments and opinions expressed are those of the individuals and not those of 907 Good Eats. While we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information, we cannot guarantee its completeness, reliability, or accuracy. The use of the information provided on this channel is strictly at your own risk. We do not claim ownership of any third-party content featured on our channel. All third-party content is the intellectual property of the respective owners, and we respect their rights. Viewer description is advised for all content. So, there y'all have it, y'all. There y'all have that's the channel disclaimer. What we got next? What did everybody eat today? What y'all eat? Foodie gang. Okay, so before I started my own live, I went, I did my rounds and I popped into a couple other lives. And I have been laughing ever since at the drip show. It was so funny when I was over there. It's a lot of drama over there, but the drip show is hilarious. And I always make sure that I stop by and leave a comment in the chat. Also with Genesis. And if any of my moderators could drop the links to those YouTube channels. And if you have a YouTube channel yourself, feel free to drop the link in the chat. And Foodie Gang, y'all make sure y'all go and support every single content creator. Because let me tell y'all, these YouTubers be making it look so easy up here. And then when you get up here and when you have to think of content that you're going to make for your own channel, it really is not as easy as it looks. So, if you are watching YouTube, the least you could do is hit the like button and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Comments help because anyone that is going to that video can see your comment up underneath. So if you are a growing content creator, it is a good idea to comment on other videos as much as possible to get your brand out there. It's all about brand recognition. But like I was saying, it's not that easy, y'all. Like and subscribe and leave a comment down below if you have time. So the first thing I'm going to do is share my screen with you guys and show you my Facebook page. And I have a couple of questions lined up for you guys, Foodie Gang. Yeah, so what did I eat? Oh, I had a smoothie today. So, the whole diet thing is a work in progress. So, but I had a smoothie today. It was really good. And then there is the link to It Is What It Is TV. Great panel show, going over, politics, a little bit of drama. Make sure y'all go subscribe to that channel. Support Hassan. He be supporting everybody. And we also have Genesis. She is a newer content creator. I really like her channel, and I feel like we need that type of personality on YouTube, someone that's like level-headed, respectful, and really has a lot of knowledge to share with us. So make sure you guys go to subscribe to those. And y'all, I gotta sip my coffee before I even talk about Dr. Frizzle. And then y'all see the 907 Good Eats mug. Got my coffee in here. Okay, let me tell y'all what happened. I went to Dr. Frizzle's channel on Friday. I finally made it. I was so happy that I can make it because he does movie nights and he also has another YouTube channel. So I never know where he's going to be at. So I went there Friday, and y'all, when I tell y'all, I really enjoyed myself. He does movie reviews on Friday night with Randy. And the way he told this story, it was like, it was so good. It was better than watching the movie. Like, I felt like I watched the movie. And for him to only have watched that movie one time, he retained a lot of information. And instead of, I don't have time to watch movies because I'm busy, I would go over there on Friday night to hang out with Dr. Frizzle and Randy. And then I don't got to watch the movie. And then we got No Captivity with Freezy. Oh, man. If y'all have not heard about Freezy and you're not subscribed to No Captivity with Freezy, you are missing out. It is a great show. And let me tell y'all, Freezy is hilarious. And it's like, just to hear the story told by from Freezy is definitely a great treat. And every time he's live, I try to make it over there. And if I can't make it, I'll drop a comment down below to let him know I'm watching. Because when you create content and you don't feel like people are watching it, it is very sad, you know, like you want to feel supported. And that's what we're all looking for, support. Like, you know, so but no captivity with Freezy. Subscribe to that. And then next level. Okay, let me tell you about next level. Next level, he's been in these YouTube streets for a while, but we've been kind of encouraging him to start his own channel. And he's busy with work and he has a daughter. He's busy. So he just went live out of nowhere and it was a great live. He has definitely been retaining information while he has been watching YouTube. So it's a great channel going over really important questions and social issues and, you know, motivation. So definitely go subscribe to that channel. And are you amused? This Oh, I'm not amused, but that I believe this is Just Jay, and y'all, Just Jay is okay. So if you say something wrong, she gonna get you. But she's a really nice person, great woman, a lot of great information and knowledge, and I believe that she is very level headed. But if you come across her wrong, it's gonna be all bad. So just stay on the good side. The Drip Show. Okay. Y'all, the Drip Show is hilarious. It's very funny. Sometimes, though, it be going kind of cray-cray, but I like the Drip Show a lot. And I was there before I came to this live, which is why I'm late. Very, very funny. And shout out to Drip. And then we got Trey Furry, the player coach. Okay, so the other day, hey Trey, how you doing? The other day, Trey Ferg went. He did a live stream where his son was present, and I just felt like it was a great dynamic. And I would like to see more lives with your son in the future, Trey, because I think it's what a lot of people need to see is, you know, fatherhood, you know? So it was just a great conversation. And when my daughter gets older, I want to be able to do that with her too, you know, when she's adult, you know, having an adult conversation with her. I think it's a great dynamic that the world needs to see. Cause right now, y'all, that's why I stay over here at 907 Goodies, Foodie Gang. Cause everybody is tripping. Everybody is tripping. They ready for battle. Trey first said, I'm glad I caught you. I know, Trey, I don't know what's been going on, but I think everybody's getting kind of busy, you know, it's like summer's coming around. But yes, you know, well, I feel like at first we all started watching No Captivity with Freezy, but now everyone has like their own, you know, channels going on and they're trying to grow them. And I think it's amazing thing to see that everyone is beginning to build their own brand. So, you know, I think it's great. And then we got Hassan, also It Is What It Is TV. Y'all make sure I go subscribe to that. We got Elevated Mind Healer in the building. How are you doing? Said peace and love, everyone. Trey Ferg said, I'm just old and be doing too much. But let me tell you, Trey, old age is a blessing because right now in the world and in today's time, it's so hard just to get by. So if you make it to 40, 50, 60, 70, I think it's a blessing, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people, for some reason, don't want to get old and be trying to reverse it. They be going to the doctor, the surgeon. I think that people, if you're older, just embrace it. Be happy. Like, isn't that what's supposed to happen? We're supposed to get old. Elevated said yes, only success to everyone. I definitely agree. And That's what we're supposed to be doing as people. We're supposed to be evolving and learning and growing. Okay, y'all. Okay, now I'm gonna get into the Facebook page. Y'all know Chefbigbank be getting carried away. I be getting carried away about here. Okay, so it's funny because when I first started my live show, when I first started doing YouTube, I was only doing pre-recorded content, and I was afraid to go live, right? And the reason why I was afraid to go live, because I was like, what am I going to talk about? So like when you first start off content creation, going live is so scary because it's a live show. Like if something goes wrong, I got to like fix it right then and there. So when I first started going live, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And now Foodie Gang, they can't stop me. Okay. But yeah, I just be over here talking. And then, like, everything that I see now is like a content idea. Okay, I think that's the right screen. Let me go ahead and pull up what I want to show y'all before we get into the videos. You always got to come back here and check StreamYard because sometimes StreamYard be trying to play you. Let me tell you. It is, Nana. It is. You have a life. Yeah, I think that when getting old is a blessing. It is a blessing, especially in today's time with the restaurants closing down, the fast food prices skyrocketing, the food crisis. Just the day-to-day drama. You gotta try to not fall into the trap. I mean, it's a lot. So I think old age is a blessing. I don't know what everybody else talking about. Okay. Yes, and subscribe to Elevated Mind Healer. Elevated, we need some healing out in these streets. Let me tell you, because I'm seeing a lot of hurt people right now. I'm seeing a lot of hurt people. So we definitely need some healing. And that's a great name. Okay, so this is my Facebook page. If you guys are on Facebook, go follow my page, please, and I will follow you back. It may not be immediately because y'all know I'll be busy, but I'm going to get on to it. Let me just move this over a little bit. Now, this right here, this is the Foodie Gang store. This is the merch. I'm not going to play this video because it does have music in there, and y'all, they can't wait to get us. But yeah, that's the Foodie Gang store. And when you put your order in, that's when they start printing it. It is a drop shipping. I have partnered with Gear Bubble. So y'all go ahead, shop your merch. I also have mugs as well. And then I have a lot of merch that I'm gonna be releasing, over time. So y'all go check it out. And I got the hoodie as well. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about fast food, and I want to know: do y'all remember this sandwich from McDonald's? I never liked it. I always thought it was so gross. So I never liked it. I always thought it was so gross. This is the McRib sandwich. Now, y'all let me know if y'all remember the McRib from McDonald's. So Genesis let me know that they are serving this in Canada right now. I don't know if anywhere else in the US is Hold on, y'all. Notification just went off. All type of sounds when you're a YouTuber. All type of sounds, all type of screens, and buttons. It's a lot. It's a lot. So y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. To support this channel, keep the stove on, hit the Cash App at money sign Chef Big Bank. So yes, this was the McRib, and I don't know, y'all, this wasn't no real meat. I'm convinced. There ain't no way. And so I just thought it was the grossest sandwich ever. Elevated said, I'm trying to stay alive as long as possible. Amen. And when I get 50, I'm going to be a happy 50-year-old. I'm going to embrace my wrinkles. I'm going to wear my natural hair, and I'm going to get on with my life. I'm not going to be like nitpicking stuff. And, I'm going to be happy I made it. So yeah, y'all, that was that's the McRib from McDonald's. Y'all, I don't even know. Ooh, and I want to know, did you guys hear about this? So what this is Cosmics. So this is McDonald's spinoff. It's like their spinoff, and what they're going to be doing is they're going to be serving drinks, and they have a couple of like burgers and stuff, but it's mainly focused on drinks. It's going to be similar to Starbucks. And let me tell you guys, in the last live stream, I talked about how restaurants are always closing down, and that is true. But one thing that I will say is that I do not see any Starbucks really closing down or any coffee shops closing down. I actually see coffee shops popping up. And that is because when you have a business and you're only selling beverages, you can sell each drink for like $6 to $10. And so you're not having to spend so much money on food because you're only buying, drink items. And a lot of these drinks are the similar ingredients just mixed around. And so the first day that this opened, I forgot what state this is in. They had a line around the corner, y'all. It was looking like Chick-fil-A. So, I mean, this was a good way for McDonald's to kind of rebrand themselves or to add another division, because now they're in the food industry, but this takes them into the beverage industry. And so, yeah, y'all, make sure y'all join my group on Facebook, my fan page. We're at 714 members. Help us get to 1K. Go ahead and join up. And this is a snippet from one of my lives from season 1, talking about how robots are taking over. We're going to be going over that as well, because that's a big issue. Also, so yeah, y'all, McDonald's out here serving drinks now. And honestly, I think that this was a very smart move from McDonald's. And as I was telling you guys in the last live stream, that bad management or bad chefs can either sink your business or help it grow. And in this case, McDonald's, for everybody, no matter what everybody wants to say about how the food is nasty, they have a good management team and they have great marketing. And that's how they're able to captivate America and be in every state and in every city. And Randy is voting for these robots. She says she's tired of these human errors. She said the humans don't wash their hands and they don't do a whole bunch of stuff. So she ready. Okay. Now, this was going to happen. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up. If you do come up, I ask that you be respectful, try to keep the cussing to a minimum, or, try not to even curse. If you say 2 cuss words, I'm not going to, give you a hard time. But if you say 1 sentence and there's 5 cuss words, that's not cool. We got to talk. So try to be respectful, I shouldn't even have to tell y'all this. I was like, aren't we all grown here? Aren't we all grown? I shouldn't even have to tell y'all to come up here, be respectful. But I do. And it's okay. Because Randy said, I would too, but I'm at work. Randy, I don't know what type of job you got, girl, but you better keep that job. But yeah, we can have a good conversation without cursing, without disrespecting people. It's not even that type of channel. We're gonna talk about the food and that's it. So and if you come up, no trolls, please. Thanks. And like I said, if at any point in time my mic sounds weird, please let me know so that I can try to adjust it. Randy be at every situation and every chat, so she know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So yes, the rise of fast food prices, we're going to take a deep dive into that, and we're going to figure out why does it cost the same price to go to the store and get a meal as fast food. It used to be fast food used to be cheap, and that was kind of like their selling point. But recently, the prices of fast food have skyrocketed. And so I thought that this would be a great issue for us to get into, Foodie Gang. And so, Rennie said, wash that dirty mouth out with soap. Y'all remember back in the day when our parents would do that? It never happened to me personally, but I seen somebody get their mouth washed out with soap. But when you think about it though, it's kind of weird because it's like, what was that going to do? I don't think that you need to wash your mouth out with soap. I think you need to. I ain't gonna say it, y'all. I already read y'all the disclaimer. We ain't trying to get in no trouble. Okay, here we go. Okay, that was the wrong button. Here we go this time for real. Elevated said I was good, so I didn't either. Yeah, Elevated, I was a good one. So I never got my mouth washed out with soap. But did y'all ever see anybody that happened to? Because I'm gonna tell y'all this is the one thing I don't like about having dreads. It's like they always look like they sticking up. Randy said, cheap food will put us in bad health. That is so true. And that is the reason why I wanted to start 907 Good Eats. After I started posting my content on Facebook, I began to realize that a lot of people don't have knowledge about food or don't cook. And that's not a bad thing. There just needs to be a platform to educate people about food and about what is going on. And so I was like, here I go. And I've been here ever since. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me, Foodie Gang. Elevated said, I agree. Yes. Everyone deserves a good meal, and everyone, should be eating right. And I understand that sometimes things are kind of tough. And so that's what I like to talk about a lot too. It's like the budget, because not everybody has a ton of money to get these great ingredients. But even if you don't have a lot of money, you can still eat properly. Okay, here we go. For real this time, Foodie Gang. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, when I go to hit these buttons, I gotta stop talking sometimes. So I can make sure I'm hitting the right buttons. Okay. And so this is Michael Bordenero. He has 209K subscribers. I just found this content creator recently on YouTube, but he has a lot of great videos really talking about the food industry in detail. So when I saw this video, I said, we gotta go through this.
One reason I like covering all these fast food stories lately is because it shows us how weak the economy really is despite what we're being told. Because prior to the pandemic, you could argue that going to a fast food restaurant would probably be even cheaper than going grocery shopping in many cases, because the food was so cheap, very unhealthy, but so cheap that you could probably get a meal that you couldn't even make yourself at home for the price that you would pay for it at a fast food restaurant. Well, those days are over, as we all know, because the prices have skyrocketed with this. And I want to go into some details on how much the prices have skyrocketed, because it seems like every week there are new stories coming out about this that are revealing just how crazy this is, guys. And when you see the increases that these restaurants have been making in order to try to keep up with their profit margins, it is stunning. But before we get into the actual prices, let's talk about consumer behavior, because one thing that people are doing is they are now ditching fast food restaurants for fast casual dining experiences, or even a sit-down restaurant. You know, if you're willing to pay a little bit extra, then you can just sit down and have a nicer meal, get more food, and have a better experience and not pay much more. But in some cases, it's exactly the same. You know, like a lot of these places, say you want to go to Shake Shack, or you want to go to Five Guys, like a burger restaurant. Like a lot of those places, if you get double meat or something, or bacon, you're going to be paying about $10 for a burger. But instead, you can just go to
He is absolutely right. Fast food has gotten really expensive. And I remember we had Five Guys when I was in Oregon, and it was me and one other person. And when we got done, our bill was like $30 or $40. And it's like, what? You know, for $30 or $40, you could go to the grocery store and get your own food and make it at home, which is exactly why I say like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and learn how to cook, because and it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse.
Go to a restaurant like Applebee's, a sit-down restaurant, pay $10 for that same burger. In fact, Applebee's is looking to capitalize on this whole problem with fast food right now and try to bring more customers into their restaurants from people who are tired of the rising prices. But even despite Applebee's best efforts, okay, they reported a 4.6% drop in the U.S. same restaurant sales for the first quarter of 2024, which it attributes to a decrease in traffic. It just means less customers coming through the door.
And Applebee's actually has a commercial where they advertise that they are cheaper than fast food. And so this is not an isolated, issue. Everyone knows about it. Everyone in the food industry, we as consumers, we are feeling the price difference. But yeah, y'all, they got a whole commercial talking about we cheaper than fast food. And they still ain't doing good and still reporting losses. Because even though that your food may be cheaper than fast food, is your food good? And that is one piece of it. Is your food good? Because if it's not good, they can just cook at home.
Door, okay? The big fast food giants like McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King, they're having trouble with this too. They're seeing foot traffic slow down and not as many customers come through the door, but yet you hear these reports about how sales volume is up at all these places year over year, which just means people are spending more money on the items they're buying. It doesn't mean people are actually buying more food and they're selling more burgers. It just means that things cost more. We've covered this already in previous videos. And by the way, it's still extremely hot here, so if you see me walk in circles in this park, I might go in the neighborhood here a little bit. I'm just trying to avoid the sun and stay in the shade.
We gonna skip this part. Bro, we don't even care. He better have a sunscreen on.
This was a bacon-loaded cheeseburger with a side of fries for $9.99 for both dine-in and to-go. So that's pretty hard to beat, especially when you're looking at comparing it to a Five Guys or a Shake Shack. I mean, you can get a double cheeseburger at these places with bacon. They'll charge you $12, $13 just for the burger, not even any extra fries. So in that regard, it's not a bad deal. They also had a date night pass and an all-you-can-eat chicken wings promotion, and all these things were just selling like wildfire there. And they said this actually did help drive sales up, because even though people came in for the promotions, it still made it so that they bought other items, probably mainly drinks and alcohol, because that's where the most margins can be made from on these restaurants. Applebee's even claims that it makes a profit when it sells you a Dollarita, which is a margarita they sell for $1. I don't know how they make a profit on that, but they say that they do. Even Chili's is doing this as well. They have a new promotion called 3 for Me that includes an appetizer, an entree with a side, and a bottomless drink for $10.99. So once again, guys, if you're looking for value, it can be found out there with some of these restaurants if you want to go out to eat and feel like you're still getting your money's worth. But casual dining restaurants.
Hey, what's going on, Next Level? What's going on? Man, I gave your channel a shout out. I told them to go over there and check you out. How you doing, Genesis? Genesis at 907 Goodies, Mods Chat. Hey, everybody. Yes, y'all, this is absolutely crazy, and it's looking like these restaurants are starting to beg us. They got I think he said it was a 3 or something like that, but these restaurants are getting really, really desperate, because if you guys watch my last live stream, episode 2, and I talked about why restaurants are always closing down. Some of those restaurants ended up filing for bankruptcy, because once you have all this staff and all these food costs and all these overhead costs, you can't just close your doors one day and say, hey, I'm going to save money. Most of the time, they've run into like a really big deficit. And so they have to make that back some way or another. And so, sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that, foodie gang. This, at Applebee's is gonna be in hot water, because when you start seeing, restaurants get really desperate and they do a 3 for Me or whatever it was called, they need customers. They need customers. And it's unfortunate that the people that work in fast food are not gonna have any job, or work in fast food, or are getting their hours cut, getting let go. But we all saw this coming. And if you watch 907 Good Eats, you will know what's going to happen. Because I'm telling y'all, the robots are coming. And so, Next Level said, I really appreciate that, 907. Yes, Next Level, I was talking about your show. Everything. It's a really great panel show. Y'all make sure y'all go check it out. The links are, up higher in the chat. But go subscribe to all the content creators that for the links that we dropped in the chat. Make sure y'all go subscribe to them. And let's see what else this man got to say. And I am not gonna lie to y'all. When people have sunglasses on like this, it makes me so mad. Like, but I heard those sunglasses like they do like extra protection, apparently. But Randy said clean hands are coming. Okay, so Randy feels like when the robots get here, that's when she ain't got to worry about dirty hands no more. I don't know, y'all. Ever since I seen that movie, iRobot, I ain't like robots since then. But let's go back and see what else he has to say.
Restaurants are not immune to price spikes either. In fact, they've risen their prices anywhere between 5 and 9% year over year, which is actually a lot less than what fast food has gone up by, which we're going to get into here in a little bit. Historically, these franchises would raise their price by 2 to 3% a year, which is pretty much in line with what inflation was for a long time there. But now we know that's completely out of whack and it's much higher now. But overall, the CEO of Dine, which they also own IHOP apparently too. So they own IHOP and Applebee's. And the trend that they're seeing with their customers is that they're seeing them trade down from higher price items at both IHOP and Applebee's and just ordering lower price options from the menu. So this is clearly what people want. If people are gonna go out, they want a deal. And they say, according to their research, people who make $50,000 or less per year are the ones who are cutting back the most, looking for these deals, which makes sense because nowadays, if you're making $50,000 a year, it's basically on the poverty line. You know, the federal government won't acknowledge that, but anybody who pays bills in real life and has rent due and has to feed themselves and has to pay utilities and fill up a car with gas and pay for insurance knows that making 50 grand a year is nothing anymore. That used to be a good living, guys. I can't tell you how many years when I was selling real estate way before the pandemic ever happened, you know, I was proud of myself when I had a year selling real estate and I made 50 grand that year, because that meant not only could I pay all of my bills, but I was able to save money. I probably was able to save like 20 grand that year. Okay. So that's how much things have changed. You know, you can't save $20,000 a year anymore when you're making 50 grand a year. That is impossible now, unless you are living with like 4 people and splitting the bills into 25% increments. But it's no wonder that fast food is.
You sure can't save no money. And I'm so tired of everybody talking about we need to do this and that for retirement and we need to plan for the future. It's like, plan for the future? I can't plan for right now. You know what I'm saying? So everybody keeps saying that, and it's not realistic. So I'm glad he mentioned that. The next level said, I wear shades like that. They are polarized and great for outdoors. That's the word I was looking for. Because, like, don't they do something special? Like, what does polarized mean? But I heard that those glasses were good for you. But Randy said, I like that pink shirt. Yes. Randy said, preach 907 goodies. I'm so sick of them talking about how we got to do this, we got to do that. And it's like, well, we got to get by right now. And we got Trey Ferg down here. Let me go ahead and pull him up. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what you over there eating?
Over at snacking. That's all.
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing, Trey?
I'm okay. How about you? I'm okay.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And if y'all hear any echo, let us know. Trey, so what do you think about the rise of fast food prices?
I found this out a few months ago. You need at least $10,000 more today than you did just 4 years ago to have the same lifestyle, right?
What?
And he's speaking exactly to that measure. He said $50,000. That's the average of most white men, $50,000, right? It's been the average since the modern inflation era, since Reaganomics. They've been making that. And he was able to, as a single man, work and save money, right? Which is
Mhm.
should be the process of most men, especially you single, young, even women. Everybody can do this, making that amount of money. At that time, they could. But since the war, people forget the war costs money. The war, they always divert all the extra little goodies to the war because up before the modern era, just think about it now, 907. Do you think a lot of young black men and women, if they said, okay, you got to go in here and help build stuff for the war, if they would do that? Would you allow
I don't think that's right.
would you join the military right now to defend the country? Like go in there and make some a fucking boat for a tank or something? If you had to go.
See, I would be the chef. I would cook the food. Am I
There
gonna
you
get out
go.
there and fight?
There you
No.
go. No, you wouldn't be fighting. You'll be giving the support. Yeah, the support, like you're doing. You cooking. Yes, you can go in there and be the top chef in the military, right?
Yeah, but I'm not going through no basic training,
Well, you
no
got to do
physical
that. You got to do
training.
that. See what I'm saying? No, you got to do that part. That's the part you're gonna like. That's the part you'll like. Once you get into it, you'll like it. But I can understand. But yes, you get the support, right? So, and this is what now America don't call on the citizens to do that because they still play to keep the rich rich and the poor game. So they just send all the money and the resources over there. Think about it. Ukraine war been going on for some time now. They over here in another country sending ammunition and support. That's what America do. They so-called friend allies, right?
Yeah, which is crazy.
And now you see a lot of it's like everybody's gone up in prices because less supply and demand, right? You have people getting fired from corporations and jobs. They're starting to cut back. Other people are, and black people, it's weird how a lot of young blacks are not going to get the position in the company or whatever. Everybody's saying I'm gonna work from home and do those things and be an entrepreneur. That's okay if you can afford it. But if you can't afford it, you put yourself in a hole, you put your children in a hole, because we still like
Yeah.
to buy the same stuff. See, think about us, we don't think about cutting back. A lot of us got too much stuff in our house today and we don't even use it. We don't even need it. It's just wasting money. You know what I'm saying? And that's the consumer.
Exactly.
So
And we do a lot of shopping for things that really don't matter
yes.
and that we don't need, and we spend these money on these designer clothes. It's just a lot of spending on stuff that is really ain't necessary. And it's like you getting designer clothes to go to your kid's school. You know what I'm saying?
To go to a public school where they say the kids ain't learning shit anyway. See what I'm saying? And a lot of even us, it's a great time to start teaching our kid how to shift in that modern era. I think one of the greatest things you ever told me, I heard you say, was that you and your daughter are already working together. She's already finding a lane. By the time she's a teenager, you're gonna have to just be the supervisor because she's gonna have it going on.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. And I feel like, we got to pour into our kids. We got to pour into our kids that are future, because they ain't going to be able to work at McDonald's. They ain't going to be able to work at Burger King, because the only people working at those places will be robots. But I'm going to go ahead and play some more of this video, and then I'm going to get your thoughts after. See what else you got to say.
Is losing all their customers, guys, because when you see the price increases I'm about to show you, it is unbelievable how much it's going up, okay? And of course, McDonald's is the biggest offender here, and they have raised their prices the most, okay? On average, their price increases across these 5 menu items you can see.
Okay, I paused it so that we could read it together. It says medium French fries in the 2019 was $179, and now they're $419. Man, they crazy. McChicken $129 in the 2019 is $389. And you guys know that I'm in Alaska, so all these prices are higher than what is listed on here. And Big Mac $3.99, $7.49. That's the price of a good quality burger, or it used to be of a good quality burger. 10 McNuggets, $4.49 in the 2019, $7.58. A cheeseburger is $1, and now it's $3.15. And I mean, and we know it's crazy. The quality hasn't changed.
It's still all mush. It's the scrapings off the main part of the animal. And 907, you younger than me, so I can ask you to do the math. Pick out 3 items that you would get as a meal and add those prices up. Right now, you're looking at over. It don't matter what you choose, unless you get a cheeseburger, some medium fries, and a McChicken. You still over $10, almost $12 after tax. It's
Randy
crazy.
said you pay all that money for crap, then you might get beat up. Y'all know what be going down at fast food. I went over it a little bit in season 1. They be beefing, but you're like Trey Fark said, your whole meal would be well over $10. And you gotta ask yourself, if I take $20 to the grocery store versus to McDonald's, what is going to be the biggest bang for my buck? It's going to be the grocery store, you guys. And that's why I have recipes. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because it's only going to get worse from here. Like I wish I had good news for you guys, but I'm telling you, that stuff is bad for you anyway. If you can, try to avoid it. Save your money. Go to the store. Get a container of spinach. You can make 3 or 4 different meals versus just eating one meal. And it's just crazy. And the minimum wage just increased in some states. It's not even all over yet. So like I said, only going to get worse from here.
And it won't touch the South, so they can forget it. It won't touch the South. It'll still have a below poverty line. And the unique thing, you hear what he said, that the $50,000 could be almost at the poverty line. Come on now.
Yeah.
What you think that's going to do to us as a nation? And everybody talking about they want to be entrepreneurs and don't want to get out here and get their hustle on. See, that's the thing. Invest in those children who can be smart in this, because those children are growing up in this AI movement.
Yes, and they have more motivation, more hope, more positivity than us, because we've been around longer, so we've seen more things. They're coming in here with a fresh slate. Like they're the people that want to be the athletes, they want to be astronauts, pilots, and so, pouring to the kid, that's all we got left, like this is crazy. And also teaching your kids how to cook, I believe is very important, because you're teaching them survival skills.
Yes.
And how to really survive on their own. Because, y'all be watching my channel, y'all see what I'm talking about, this food. Imagine 10 years from now. But let me get back into the video and let's see what else you got to say.
See above has been 141%. The McChicken, it's up 201%. You guys can see this chart here. I mean, these price increases are crazy. Just for a regular cheeseburger at McDonald's, you're talking 215% more, guys. And it was only $1. That was a $1 menu item at the end of 2019. Today, that's $3.15. Chick-fil-A has also seen their average price increases go up by 80% across their menu. And the worst offender on their menu is the 8 Chick-fil-A nuggets. Okay, that's up 96.4% in the last couple of years, from $3 up to $6. So basically double. And I've seen a lot of people write me in these fast food videos, well, hey, Michael, how come In-N-Out Burger hasn't risen their prices? Well, they actually have risen their prices. It's probably just by not as much as these other places, so it's not as apparent for you, okay? But when you look at it, their average price increase across their menu is still 55%, guys, over the past few years. And
okay, let's read this. And In-N-Out is not nearly as big as McDonald's. So the double 345 2019 is 565. The cheeseburger 240 and now it's 395. The hamburger was 210, now it's 350. French fries 160, now it's 230. The shake is 215 and now it's 295. I've never been to In-N-Out Burger, but do these prices sound right to y'all?
Where it's
Next up
located.
said cooking can be therapeutic. Cooking can be like a form of art. I agree. What were you gonna say, Trey?
Where is In-N-Out Burger located?
I believe they have one in California.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe it's in California, but like In-N-Out, it don't even compare to McDonald's because McDonald's is more mainstream, I feel.
Well, and also, you know, with the chain brands, they use more of artificial products too. The chain brands, they use more of that in
Oh,
their
yes.
products. You know, those
Yeah.
mom and pops, they might have to use, you know, a little bit more fresh product than the chain link, you know, because McDonald's is always in the lab creating something. And you know, so
they got scientists, they ain't got chefs.
yeah,
Yeah,
they use steroids. It's all kinds of byproducts that be in the food, fast food, as you know, food. That's why it's important to learn how to cook, and not just learn how to cook, learn how to eat a little bit more healthier too when you're young, so you can avoid the health issues that come along with food. In our community, a lot of those foods cause us health problems. Even though we like it, we know how to fix it up and make it eat good, but just more health conscious to the younger folk. But these ain't bad
yeah,
prices though.
yeah. Hassan said In-N-Out Burgers in Arizona too.
Okay.
Yes, and that's a good point that you bring up is diseases. There's a lot of diseases that can be created from not eating properly. And we all say, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna live my life. You can't tell me nothing until you get to the end and you sick. You know what I'm saying? So really got to make, you know, good choices. Emperor said we don't have In-N-Out Burger here in Michigan. Yeah, we don't got that either. But I don't even feel like In-N-Out Burger and McDonald's should even be compared to each other because they seem like they're different. Hassan or Genesis said we have Hero Burger here. A full combo is $22.50.
Damn, where is that?
And that's in Canada as well. You got Foodie Gang.
Okay.
Dang, $22.50, man. They playing.
Two people.
You know, look,
$50.
y'all can make spaghetti for the same price, right? And then you'll have leftovers, and it'll be a good quality meal.
907. We can get us some Bigfoot wine, have some spaghetti, some bread, a salad, and everything for that.
Yeah,
With meatballs.
$22.
Have some meatballs.
And that's one meal a day.
Exactly. So me and you going out eat there for $50. Don't that sound crazy?
It sounds very crazy and
wasted money.
It's like how dumb do y'all think we are?
They think we that dumb. That's why they do it. That's why they just put it out there like, yeah, they'll do it. And then I saw a poll about 8 months ago that the poll was most Americans do not like variety. They like very few options. Yeah, and it was a poll of about 4,000 people. That's it. I'm like, yeah, about 500 of them was people of color. And now you see in the stores, you don't get as many options, but the prices have gone up. That's in the grocery store. I'll be in the grocery store often because my wife cooked. And everything is few options, but the prices have gone up all over. Everywhere you go is less selection. It's like little empty shelves almost sometimes, but mhm.
Hey, Brina, how you doing? We over here talking about fast food again. Genesis said Toronto, Canada. So that was in Toronto,
Shout
Canada,
out,
with
baby.
the $22.50. I can't even say it right because it sounds so crazy.
Shout out to Toronto, baby. Been there twice. I love it.
Man, look, y'all go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We gonna learn how to cook together. Cause at $22.50, that's crazy. Emperor said, "Woo, I know." Man, y'all playing. I don't even know why y'all put that on the menu. Okay, this is a good point. Yeah, but we have do you mean free healthcare, Genesis?
Yes, free.
Or fee healthcare?
Canada has free healthcare. Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. America, no, that's the biggest racket in American history. That will forever be. The health industry gets 70% of the dollar.
Empress said exactly. Grocery prices are outrageous and they have shrunk the portions. And let me tell y'all this. When I used to go to the grocery store, I used to be so happy. I loved it. Now when I go, I be kind of like sad when I come out. Like, dang, I spent all this money in these literally 3 bags.
Why you be sad?
Does anybody else feel that same? Because like you used to spend $200 and you have a basket full of stuff.
Yes.
Now you got like 2 bags. I said, man, I'm sick of y'all. But let's go see what else you got to say.
Their worst offender is basically all their burgers. The double-double, the cheeseburger, the hamburger. That's where you're seeing 63% increases on those items. Taco Bell, yeah, we know that's never really been great, but I used to go there sometimes on my road trips for a quick bite to eat. Not anymore, guys. Last time I went to the Taco Bell drive-thru just to feed my wife and I, it was like $18 for, 3 tacos and chicken quesadilla. It was like ridiculous. I will never go to Taco Bell again. For that, I might as well go to Chipotle.
So, Foodie Gang, if you watched my last live stream when I was talking about why restaurants close, it was my last live stream. America's most outrageous food stories. Someone is suing Taco Bell for false advertising, stating that they make their food look full of meat and full of ingredients, and then when they get it, it's like teeny tiny. And I said, you know what? This lawsuit is justified, and Taco Bell should have to pay up because they've been lying for so long about how much food is actually in their tacos, burritos, chalupas. Yes, Taco Bell they've been lying for so long, and I'm sick of these fast food places lying and putting this great looking burger or great looking taco, and then when you get it, it's itty bitty. And so I will keep y'all posted on that lawsuit because this is happening in 2023. But we're gonna see what the verdict is gonna be. Emperor said Taco Bell is very expensive. I usually get that once a year. I didn't the other day. So when I don't really eat fast food that much, but when I used to a lot, the Crunch Wrap Supreme was what I like. But I feel like that lawsuit is justified, and Taco Bell does do that. They do lie about how their food looks. Genesis said, remember when Subway had half-baked tuna? Okay, so we talked about that. America's most outrageous food stories. Taco Bell's Subway's tuna is really tuna. Elevator said, yeah, it be a facade. It sure do. It sure do. Them bitches, I'm so sick of them lying like that. They wrong for that. And then they want to raise the prices and serve you the same food.
907. Do you think that
Yeah.
all restaurants do that false advertisement? Because when they show you those damn burgers on those commercials, the meat be sticking out the bun. Then when you get in the
Yeah.
restaurant, the meat barely touch the edge.
Yeah.
All that's false advertisement. It's just somebody took them up on it. And like me, when I go to
I do think a lot of restaurants do it, but my thing is this: why do we accept it as consumers? And I
because
feel like now with them raising the prices and doing that false advertisement, no, we gonna need y'all to come to the front of the congregation, and y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop.
but 907, America knows that the poor people will eat unhealthy, so they can just continue to push it down our throats instead of doing what you're saying. Go to that grocery store and just start cooking them little meals up for yourself. Save a little money.
Yes, I agree. And Empress said my usual at Taco Bell, 4 hard shell taco supremes and 4 burrito supremes. Now running almost $40. 2 days worth of food. No thanks.
Mhm.
Dang. $40. Oh, and when y'all order from Pizza Hut is expensive now. Girl, I said, we gotta make our own pizza or something. Next level says Subway footlongs really aren't a foot long. Dang. How
It's
you
about
know that
9
next
inches.
level? You measured it?
You get about 9 inches.
Emperor said they sure aren't. I measured them. 8 inches max. That's what I'm talking about, Foodie Gang. Y'all get it. Look, the Foodie Gang investigative team, we out here. We out here. Y'all ain't playing. Y'all said, give me all my food. But let's get back into this video. Let's see what else he got to say.
Or something better, you know? The Taco Bell, they've had average price increases of 57%. Their worst offender on their menu is the beefy 5-layer burrito, up 118%. Burger King has increased their average prices by about 85%. And their worst offender is the bacon double cheeseburger at 117% increase, guys. So when you look at these increases on these menus, it is just astounding. Everything has gone up by double or more. You know, look at McDonald's, 200% increases, triple on their burger, all right? And you're paying more to eat garbage. So I think more people are waking up to that. Like, everybody knows that eating fast food isn't healthy, just like everybody knows smoking cigarettes isn't healthy. But when it becomes so expensive to kill yourself, it's not really making sense anymore. And right now, this economy is so bad that even hospitals are starting to go bankrupt.
Wow, he said something that I think is really true. He said it's becoming so expensive to unalive yourself. And I feel like the reason why fast food was so popular was because of the price. And now that the price of fast food has skyrocketed, I hope that more people will cook at home. Hit the like button, subscribe to 907 Good Eats, and learn how to cook. Because I came out with this channel at the right time. Because they out here playing. Randy said Pizza Hut, $70 for 2 large and 20 wings. I'm not even going to lie to y'all, Foodie Gang. The other day, I called her to order pizza. It was like a month ago. And she said $45. I said, what? Cancel that order. I'm not paying a half of a hundo for some fast food.
Hold up,
It's
907.
crazy.
I ain't gonna let you skate by that. You said you did what?
Oh, so I ordered the pizza and she said $45. I said cancel that order.
907. You
Look.
cannot be buying no pizza.
And you know what? That was a month ago, and ever since then, I'll be cooking at home, Trey. But you know, sometimes I'll be tired.
I know, no 907. Prep it ahead of time. Make you a couple of them little small pieces. About
Look, I'm
yeah.
gonna have to do that now because I'm not paying half of $100 for no pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I told her cancel that order. We eat something else.
You like me? Excuse me, cancel that. Forget it.
Yeah, she want half of $100. Like, lady, I can go to the grocery store and spend $50 and get food for the week. Man, fast food is out of their mind. And so I wonder, Trey, when they get the robots, will it make fast food cheaper, or will we still see the price rise?
You're gonna see the price rise because you're gonna pay for the technology. That's how they go switch the narrative. Well, we gotta pay to keep it maintenance and everything. But here's the thing, and this is where young brothers and sisters can take advantage of it. Learn how to work with these robots. Because it's only gonna be select few that get a chance. And if you don't do it, everything else is gonna be labor intensive work, like putting in these flowers, putting in these bushes and all that. And young black people don't want to get those skills. You have to get those skills. Learning how to be the chef like you. Learning how to cook for yourself, that saves money naturally, and be willing to do it and make enough. And see, listen, we got to go back to the old school way because some things can't change. Listen, now, when you make a meal and you have leftovers, the fucking kids eat leftovers. Eat that shit the next day. You ain't going out getting no special food. That's wasting food. And then when you get to a point where you want to eat something different, you're going to be making it yourself. By that time, I ain't cooking no more anyway. You cooking for everybody. So that's just me.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you, Trey. I feel like a skill in anything, a skill or a trade can really take you far in today's time, you know, and it needs to be a skill that doesn't take forever to learn, because you could go to college for 4 years, come out, and the market's different. So you got to think about that. And, you know, you got to just plan ahead. It's tough, but y'all, fast food is going up. I can only imagine how it's going to be in 5 years. Fast food is going to be a luxury. Kinda.
But it goes hand in hand, though. Because if you have generations of young adults who don't know how to cook, don't know how to have that domestic lifestyle in a sense, wasting a lot of money on buying out, going to the restaurants, drinking all this wine, which is unhealthy. It's a difference. You can learn how to make your own wine and still save money. But this is the way of America. This is just the movement of them. We get the residue. See, in the Black community, we get the residue of this lifestyle. And that's all it is. He's telling us everything he's saying is 1,000% true as far as what's happened in the industry. It's unhealthy. It's no good for you. You participating in the death of yourself and your children when you buy these products that, one, are made with very low quality. They contribute to you having to go to the doctor and spend money on health care. You having to go and get these surgeries that you really wouldn't need if you just eat healthier and, get a little bit more exercise, save your money. He's just saying, don't kill yourself with your own money. It makes no sense.
Yeah. But, people are just trying to live. You can't tell people nothing these days, but Foodie Gang, I want y'all to be learning when y'all come over here and to be teaching people stuff, because it doesn't matter how old you get, there's always more that you can learn. And when we stop trying to learn and we think we know everything, we really have hit the wall, because there's a lot of information out here. And y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. You can support the channel and keep the stove on, and money sign Chefbigbank. And let's get back into this video. Let's see what else he got to say.
Bankrupt, guys. And remember, Hospitals are for-profit businesses. As much as you'd like to think that they're there for emergency services to save your life when something goes bad or something goes wrong, actually, they're there to make a profit just like every other corporation in America. Don't forget that. Well, Steward Healthcare, they said they're selling 31 of its hospitals, including all of them here in Florida, after they filed for bankruptcy this past week. They're the largest physician-owned healthcare network in the US, and they said in their court filings that they hope to sell the hospitals by the end of summer. They said they have more than $1 billion in debt, and they're already marketing their hospitals for sale. They say that their Florida hospitals are the most profitable portion of their portfolio. They're still not profitable enough for them to keep. So they're getting rid of all of their hospitals. And just think about it. If you've ever gotten a hospital bill, you see the gargantuan number on this. And if you have insurance, you're just like thankful you didn't have to pay the full amount, right? And it just blows my mind that even places like hospitals are going bankrupt right now when they charge more than ever, guys. Like, I had to go to the hospital last year for what seemed to be an emergency. I thought something was really wrong inside my stomach. I was having this crazy pain, okay, bad enough to go to the hospital. It seemed like it ended up being nothing. I don't even know what happened, but basically it was inconclusive. You know, they didn't find anything wrong with me, essentially, after doing all these tests. But I was there all night long in the ER. I probably got there around like 10, 11 o'clock at night. I didn't leave till like 4 or 5 a.m. So I was there all night long. They ran all these tests on me. And in the end, the hospital bill would have been over 20 grand, okay? I ended up paying somewhere in the neighborhood of like $400, $500 with all the little bills they sent me. I must have got 20 bills in the mail from the hospital for different things here and there. 40 bucks for this, 170 for that, $20 for this, $10 for that, just nickel and dimed, right? But when you see this bill, you know, for me being at the hospital, all they did was run a few tests on me and they're charging 20 grand. How is that not profitable? That's what I cannot understand. These guys can charge this obscene amount of money and they're still going bankrupt. To me, that just means one thing, that the people who are making money from the hospital, who are, you know, employed by the hospital, are probably making way too much money. And that's probably why they're losing that much. Otherwise, I can't see how they're going bankrupt. But I don't know anything about this industry or business. I'm just making a blanket assessment here. I mean, it's getting so bad with hospitals that they're...
He is absolutely right about the hospitals and the whole thing. And Foodie Gang, you know, it's all related. It's all related, you know? So, you know, be careful what you got going, you know, be careful. They out here plotting on this tray.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, listen, this guy's probably a early 50-year-old white guy who's been working, you know, taking care of his business. And this is why, you know, for a brother, I look at that. You know what I'm saying? I wish more brothers could see it clearly like he can see it, because it will help them out tremendously. And not so much within that capacity, he's put in the work, whatever job he's working. So he understands financial, you know, difficulties and transactions, just taking care of your business. But this is what you're showing today. It's been like that for since the turn of the 20th century. It's always been like that. It's been like that, especially within the last 45, 50 years. Health industry is one of the greatest ripoffs. And the fast food and the health industry they all work together in a sense. Because the medical people tell the industry just what they could use to just get by with, but also creates health issues undetected. So yes, these restaurants and these fast food chains, McDonald's and Burger King, the big boys, they create a product based off a lot of synthetic material. That synthetic material don't pass through your body like it should, because it's not organic, not natural. So it causes problems: blood pressure, cholesterol, heart attack, stroke, all of that, because of the unhealthy eating habits that we adopt living in America. And it's just unfortunate that we have, a lot of people that are overweight, but it's just part of what we eat, and we don't get the exercise, the vitamin D. Younger folk, you can always break that cycle from from a kid. Get them outside, let them eat healthy home cooked meals like yourself. Shoot, your son and it would be 6'5", as strong as an ox. But that comes with the diet and exercise. That's all. I wish I
Yeah,
could
Trey,
see.
I definitely agree with you. And Elevate said, yep, agendas and programs.
Yeah, I just wish we can see those things as individuals and move accordingly. Because you could change your life if you don't change anybody else's life. You can change everything that's connected to you especially when the information that you give, like today is May 22nd, something like that. I'm retired. I don't keep up with the dates like that. But
It's the 21st here.
okay, a young adult can say, okay, I understand this and move accordingly to save money, cook for themselves. Hell, get a sewing machine, start sewing up all your old little outfits and sewing them back together because we holding on to all that stuff. We harboring all that shit. You know what I'm saying? A single man should eat healthier. Shouldn't be overweight. You 24, 25, you should just work out and work. You ain't getting no tails.
Well, Trey, a lot of these young brothers got high blood pressure, and I also want to do that panel on high blood pressure with you. I still got that in my mind.
I got it
because
now.
I feel like that would be some great information that we can get out there to the public. But what's up, No Captivity with Freezy? What's going on? But yeah, Trey, high blood pressure is a big thing, and food and disease are related. And so a lot of the issues that we are seeing, like the diabetes, the high blood pressure, some of those things we can kind of like steer away from just by changing our eating. And I know that when you go to the doctor, they always give you a pill, but they don't necessarily have the time to talk with each patient about what to eat. Brina said, and it can always control how your mind as well. It's crazy. Are you referring to the food?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because those foods have those chemicals. They have enzymes and all that, and that can throw your pH balance off. When somebody's pH balance is off, you can smell it in their skin. Their skin secretes an odor. Yeah, if your balance is off, it secretes an odor.
Do you just mean in women or in men, or just women?
That's both, men and women. Men and women. It can throw your motivation off. It can throw your memory off. It can throw our body. African American body is made a little different. Our body absorbs stuff. That's why they called us the salt of the earth. Well, we the oil of the earth, really, because we absorb stuff. Our skin is different. Our melanated mind is the whole thing. Our pineal gland is different. Ours has a pulse. We deeper than what we give ourselves credit.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Emperor said something that I think is worth talking about. He said, "Yep, you now have teens and 20-year-olds coming down with colon cancer now." I heard my doctor talk about it the other day. Wow. I heard a lot of men.
Yes.
Or it's colon cancer and prostate cancer.
Yes.
And so that's crazy. I didn't know that 20-year-olds were coming down with colon cancer.
907. All of this is dealing with right around the gut. All of this, right? Because a lot of young adults hold everything in and they don't take a number 2 like they should. They'll hold it from morning when they go to school till they come home from school, 5 hours. Then they eat lunch, piling more shit on top of it, but still holding. Then they get angry. And when you get angry, a lot of people don't release. That's why it busts out. So over time, it's okay when you're young, when you're 15, 16, but when you start getting older in life and slowing down and just going to work and it changes. And sometimes we don't find out till later, especially men, because men are tough. I ain't going no doctor. And we understand, damn, that damn hospital bill. That white dude said he had a $20,000 bill. For him, they brought it down to 400. Guess what? For Leroy with that social security number, it would have been 15,000. See what I'm saying? They ain't we ain't see the truth is what it is. The social security number go tell everybody who you are. And when you go, they be like, oh yeah, we're gonna take 5 off. That's the 5,000 is what he paid into it already. Those policies and tricks of the game ain't never changed. But you can get ahead of it.
True.
So
Going back to what Genesis said, how they have free healthcare in Canada, I do feel like the general health of Americans would be a bit better, would be a lot better if we were all getting our routine checks and we were not all worried about a hospital bill. Elevated said the colon needs to be cleansed every 6 months at least.
You need some
wow.
good stool. Yeah, you need some good stool softeners. That little what is it? The stuff they little orange stuff. They show the commercial. You need that because most of us, we hold all that stuff in. And a lot of women, you know, I have sisters all my life. Y'all ain't going certain places. I gotta wait till I get home when you're comfortable. You can kick off your shoes and spread your toes. That's how y'all need to go. And then y'all hold it in. Y'all drinking a lot of alcohol. It start coming through your breath. Even even black people when we drink a lot, man,
That's how it comes through their breath.
it comes through their breath. It coming through their pores. It start throwing their pH balance off. Then you got your monthly y'all dealing with. You got.
Well, you know what, Trey? You are the player coach, so I'm gonna believe whatever you got to say.
It's like, you ain't gotta believe me. Just go look it up. It's there. It's a lot.
You probably know more women than I met in my life. So,
but I think I know a little bit more about women. I ain't gonna say this. I don't know what a woman's life is like, her emotions, but as far as certain
you got
things,
that experience.
I have 5 sisters, 2 older, 3 younger, and my mother in the house with me every day. My father was the craziest dude. He was probably the most realest person I ever met young. I love sports. I love to learn little new stuff. I like being around boys and stuff and be like, I'm the strongest. I can climb. I want to race you. I used to like all that stuff. I played football and basketball. And, you know, I wasn't the best looking, but I wasn't the ugliest. You know, that's how I looked at it.
You better stop.
You know? No, I'm serious. I used to have her, but I wasn't, you know, I didn't trip off that. I understood I had
you better stop. There's some ugly looking people out there. You ain't one of them.
But everybody's beautiful in their own way, though. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes a good spirit. Sometimes a good spirit can trump all that.
I agree with you that have you guys ever met someone who wasn't like, you know, super top of the line, great in the looks, but they had a great personality and it made them attractive.
907.
So it's not all about looks.
You know what I used to like when I was younger? A woman that was real tall and was real nice, that was like sort of quiet, tall, like 5 inches, 6 inches taller than me, and a female that had a nice body and wore pop bottle glasses. Her glasses were big.
And
they was the nicest ones ever. And outside those glasses, they'd be pretty. Like, dang, you're pretty. But you know.
But I feel like this. Anytime you have a nasty attitude, it does not matter if you're a man or a woman. That's very unattractive.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all got to be nice to people.
but also on top of that, it's not only it's unattractive, but it attracts people who are unattractive also with their character. You know what I'm saying? And it blocks your blessings when you treat people sort of like always with bad intent. It blocks you. It blocks, and if it don't touch you, it touch your children, your family. So you gotta stay out of that energy. We're not made for that. Our energy and spirit is made from God. It's not made from the devil. Some people take on the devil's personality because they caught up in the man of it. Oh, I'm a man. No, you're a human, a God man, not a, you know, I don't know, not an alphabet man.
I definitely agree with you there. And, you know, that's why we're trying to stay positive, Foodie Gang. Let's go out in the world and be good people. We don't need to be nasty. We don't need to be mean. Stay out of fast food. Go to the grocery store. Bigger bang for your buck. And like I told y'all, the restaurants are starting to close down. Taco Bell out here lying about how their food really look. A lot of these fast food places, the picture never matches the food. Like I've never gotten a burger that looked like the actual picture. And it's really a shame. So I'm glad Taco Bell getting sued. I hope that the person who sued Taco Bell wins. But I have one more video to show you guys. And so we're going to get into that. Yo, I see I hit the wrong button, Foodie Gang. But what did y'all eat today? What you eat today, Trey?
Well, this morning I had some breakfast. I had some eggs and some biscuit and some grits and some water.
Ooh. Your wife made that?
No, I made that.
Oh, okay. You be cooking?
Oh yeah, I be cooking. My wife, she like the dinner time. She know I like breakfast, and I like my stuff a certain way when I come to my eggs. So yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. I feel like everyone needs to know how to cook at least the basics. It's very important because you never know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so we got one more video here, and this is Anton Daniels. I do like the content that he creates covering the fast food epidemic with the prices, the wages going up. So we're going to play that video and we're going to see what he got to say.
Prices, because I've been communicating to you guys for a long time that when you wind up getting these raises, or you see what's happening in California, and we know what's happened with Pizza Hut and that they laid off all of their drivers, and now they basically depending on delivery apps. We don't know what's going to go on with that because Gavin Newsom is a crazy man over there in California. But food prices is skyrocketing. It's starting to affect what's happening in the markets. Take a look.
Meanwhile, higher regulations mean higher costs. The burritos and Big Macs are going to cost more in California because minimum wage in the state just jumped $20 an hour. All of that's happening in April. And that will find its way to you. Fat Brands chairman and founder Andy Wiederhorn joins us now. Andy, thank you so much. Curious about how you see in your business higher wages. If you have to pass that on to the consumer, is the consumer handling that?
Well, the consumers who are voters must have known what they were getting into by promoting this legislation to raise the minimum wage from $15 to $20 and on its way to $25. And look, everyone wants their employees to make more money, but it just costs, and someone's got to pay for it. And the restaurant operators don't have the margin for that, so prices are going to go up.
Andy, you've got the McDonald's CEO talking about affordability. Everybody thinks of that brand and thinks of a cheap meal, a fast meal. Having said that, we know that Big Mac combos are running roughly $18. And it's not a surprise when you see minimum wage at $20, but there's so much pressure on the
$18. $18. Who do they think is going to pay that? That is absolutely insane. That's crazy.
But 907. Look at this number though. Look at this number. 283. Look at that number. They've been ripping us off for years. Ain't that the
$18?
Ain't that how much each stock costs? $283. What is McDonald's stock going for? That's a
I
share.
don't know. The Emperor said he got some
But that's
McDonald's stock, and he said he had something else. But that sounds good. What you ate today and what you about to make tomorrow, that sounds bomb. But that's
a stock.
$18. That's crazy.
You buy 5 of those stocks at $1,000. That's an investment, but it's changing. It's changing because here's the thing. It's a generation of young adults who damn near gonna have to. Everybody gonna probably end up losing weight because they're not going to the grocery store. They can't. If the restaurants are closing, where they gonna eat? They ain't got no land because everybody living in apartments, fancy apartments, think they balling instead of should have bought them a 2-bedroom house 5 years ago. But your fancy apartment, all that's gonna run out. So everybody gonna get. Hey, so shout out to the restaurants. All the black people gonna be slim and fit. Everybody gonna look good out there with their shirt off. Like, yes, I am sexy.
I wonder if with this fast food epidemic where the prices are skyrocketing, like you said, will we see a decline in hospital bills? Will we see a healthier America? Because we can barely afford to get groceries, let alone eat fast food. You know, it's like fast food is unhealthy, but now the prices have risen so much that can't nobody even afford it. You can't even afford to be unhealthy. So you're forced to eat better. You know? Emperor said, I only eat McDef's once a year.
McDonald's.
But let's go back and see what else Anton got to say, or what the news got to say.
The fast food chain to bring that price down. Even President Biden calling out the grocery chains and saying, bring your prices down or we'll call you out. In some cases, they can't do it and still run a business, can they?
Man, I'm so sick of Biden. He really be out here acting like he care about stuff, but he really don't. But that's like, they be like, Mr. President, can we get your comment? He be like, oh, this is going on? Yeah, Biden, all this is going on, bro.
He approves of it all. Listen, I never trusted a man that said, let us burn in hell when he was at his prime. When he was in his prime, he was putting his foot on me. He was putting his foot on my generation. I've seen a lot of good brothers be taken out because of that. So I've never approved of that message at all, but it's just me. Every man has to vote for himself, is the way I look at it. But, you know,
Exactly.
$283 a share. That's good money. And it's contributed to the health issues that we've seen because we still have children born with birth defects. That stems back to what the woman's diet is also. So all of that plays hand in hand. Even could be some of the man's diet, you know, whether they drinking,
Yeah.
smoking, it's all contributed in that process.
It's all like one big circle.
That's all it is.
Breezy said a 20-piece chicken nugget costs like $35, right? I don't know, it costs a lot. And Emperor said he got stock in Big Pharma and McDonald's. So he
Yeah.
getting paid either way it go.
Yeah, he getting paid.
Now that's a man that can see the future.
Yeah. I saw it years ago and got in and got out. That's me. I was scared of the new market. Once I got out of college, I was like, nah, it's going to be crazy. I used to talk to my friends about it. They didn't believe me. Everything I'm seeing now is just an extension of it's worse than what I said it was going to be. So
yeah, and you know, a lot of people can't see the unseen. They can only see what's in front of their face. They can't see the stuff that's not out in the front. But people like you and me in Foodie Gang, we are looking behind the scenes at what is not being said. We are looking, you know, to the future, and a lot of people don't have that foresight. So, you know, don't even be arguing with people. Just say, okay.
there you go. I don't argue with adults. No, it's
okay.
But think about
Make
it.
sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can support this channel and keep the stove on at # Chefbigbank on Cash App. What were you gonna say, Trey?
Just even in this so-called modern time, I don't think men or women of color are modern. You know, I think we just mixed. You know, because it's a great opportunity to see this information in real time and move accordingly. You know, you sharing this information, this information was out on the news either earlier today or yesterday or something, but the information's out there. And I just hope that people pay attention to this for their own life's sake. Because we all come from the mud. We can all say, oh man, it came from the mud. Okay. So now that you standing in the mud as a full-fledged 21 and over adult, you done survived the trauma that you say your family gave you. You done survived the trauma that you say a man gave you. You done survived the trauma, or you done say a woman broke your heart. Here you are today. Going forward for the rest of your life, will you make better decisions to be better? Simple as that. And then you can sit back when you can't talk about what it's like to be 40 and you 30. You can't talk about, well, 40-year-olds. No, you ain't 40 yet. You can't talk about what it's like to be 50-year-olds and you 40. Between 30 and 50, get out here and be the best you can be. Gain as much information, save your money, invest in a little bit, get in and get out. Get in and get out. Follow the trends, follow the market, learn to invest in the robots. Find a little robot company. Some smart little kids out there that can build robots, because we just playing with that shit like toys. And white people are coming here building that shit. We got to get ahead of that game. It'll change your life if you do it early. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I agree. It's a lot of complaining going on. And when things get harder, you just got to work harder. Like, there's just nothing, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, you know. But let me get back into the video and let me see what else they got to say.
There's no way. I mean, look, a restaurant operator makes anywhere from 5 to 15% in the bottom line at the end of the day. And if your labor cost is 1/3 of your cost, so 30%, and you raise the wage from $15 to $20 or $25 over the next couple of years, you're almost doubling that cost. And so they're going to have to raise prices. There are things you can do as an operator to promote value. You know, for just as an example, you could do an all cheese pizza instead of a pepperoni pizza or barbecue chicken pizza, things like that. You can control your portion size. You can use a little bit of technology. But look, we're still in the hospitality business, and
Foodie Gang, one thing I will say is that when I did work in the kitchen, vegetarian dishes were greatly appreciated because, like the news anchor stated, you can save money because you're only using cheese or you're only using vegetables. A lot of times, what carries the high cost is meat. So the place where I worked at, they always offer the vegetarian option. And that's why you see that on more menus. It's a way to save money for these businesses because they don't have to give you the meat. They can just give you the vegetables, the dairy. And so y'all, I'm telling y'all, they plotting on this. They have all type of ways to save money. You know, so just be careful. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, learn how to cook. And let me get back into the video.
the guest experience has to be number one. I mean, as we return from COVID to dining rooms and dining out and even to-go food, I mean, the guest wants a good experience, and that just costs money.
And the reality is that, listen, I don't know what our president is doing. I don't know if his advisors are actually informing him on how things go in the restaurant industry or in the hospitality industry. We actually covered the hospitality industry on Stock Club. And the restaurant business is I think it's one of the hardest businesses for anybody, especially a small business owner, to start up. And most of these businesses are actually mom and pop spaces. They are not large chains, and large chains are feeling the pinch also because whenever a change happens, they have to pivot, and it affects them, I think, on a much larger scale because they have more restaurants and they have more franchisees and all of this and store-owned restaurants in order to make the adjustment. And the reality is that when you talk about the people portion of it, and I think that restaurants obviously is going to continue to innovate in order to survive, because you will see the survival of the fittest, and some restaurants are not going away. But you can't just say, hey, bring down the prices. Okay, well, that's going to cost for the elimination of jobs. It's going to cost some more investment in technology. It's also going to affect what you guys legislate on the back end. It's also going to affect inflation. We got to pass that cost over to the consumer. And so it's not as simple as just, hey, bring down the prices as a grocery chain. Even in the grocery aspect of it, because I've actually worked and understood the technology side of retail, we know that grocery for Walmart, for example, even though they sell the most groceries, I think they sell 1/4 of all groceries in the United States of America. That is largely a loss leader in most aspects of it, especially when you consider the shrinkage, the losses of different things being transported, people stealing, stuff getting broken, have to throw it away. It gets old. It goes on the shelf. It doesn't sell, whatever, right? And so we know that there's a lot of shrinkage, and we also know that the margins are incredibly thin, and they use that as a loss leader to hopefully get you in the door, and then ultimately get you to buy something over in the rest of the store that has a bigger and better margin, and then can help the company be profitable. But it's not as simple as a one size fits all. None of these jobs were supposed to be for long-term employees and for people to look at it as a career. So you can't ask for a livable wage. It was largely used as a way to get you some experience, and then often at times get you to grow into a bigger or a better career, or to get you into something in order to bridge the gap, right? So this administration is absolutely trash for me, but that's what's going on that front. I don't want to make a whole thing about it because it's not a whole segment. In addition to that, the White Sox is issuing a proposal.
Okay, so that was the majority of what I wanted to show you guys, which is how fast food prices are rising. And what I will say is this woman was getting down on this Big Mac. But what was weird is like she bit the back of the sandwich and she bit the front. Did,
Well,
did y'all notice that?
it could be she's biting somebody else's sandwich.
You think so? You think she's sharing
Yeah.
it with somebody?
Man, you know white folks share like that. You know they all the same garanimal. What are you talking about?
She might be taking a bite of somebody else's sandwich.
Yeah.
But it was just a weird picture to me that I noticed because I'm on the Foodie Gang investigative team, so I'll be looking at everything. But yeah, she like bit both sides of it, like ooh. But she probably don't even eat McDonald's. She probably was like a model that they paid to come in there and do a photo shoot.
Yeah, no, yeah. She probably work in the corporate office. I say she work in the corporate office. But as far as the video, what he was saying, I got pushed back because that's what these chain companies have intended to do, to push you into a state of subjugation without looking at the possibility of building your future based off the experience that you're in. Because again, it comes down to opportunity too when it's your time. Now, and this is the American game. If you choose not to go to college, then you're subjugated to work in these stores. You're not going to be the guy that what's the guy that the movie with Will Smith played in. You're not going to be too many of them. What's his name? What's the movie?
There was a couple of movies that Will Smith played in, but every time the Pursuit of Happiness.
He slept in the subway, he slept in the bathroom, and his wife left him. He was trying
that's the Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah. See, it ain't gonna be too many Pursuit of Happinesses unless you go pursue the happiness. It ain't gonna just drop in your lap. Is all I'm saying. Those jobs, that's what they were designed to do, because those companies understand that if a mother and father ain't together, then somebody got to go to work to feed the kids. So the mother goes, she got to go feed the kids. That job is giving her just enough to continue to come back and spend the money that she make from that store and go back and spend it on the high-ass groceries. You ain't getting no 20% employee discount. You ain't getting nothing. Now, let's just say if I'm young and I choose to stay in that, I don't choose to advance my skill set. I ain't going to culinary school. I ain't joining the military. I ain't going to college. What other job can you get making over $40,000 in America for the last 30 years? You needed a college degree either way. So I got to work here. They can pay you $12, $13 an hour. You get fired if you don't show up to work. Ain't no vacation package like that. But it's a great opportunity for somebody young to take advantage of and build off of that. But all of these companies that's the practice to get you to stay lower. Think about it. The poor have gotten poor. It used to be a stepping stone where you can work, Because when I was in high school and coming up, 907, everybody my age was in high school, teenagers 19, and the manager be 21. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't 35-year-olds in the restaurants. It was people that worked. The restaurant was for people who to start their life off. You in high school, you working for the summer, boom, you got to get your little school clothes because you live in the
It's
project.
different now, Trey.
But adults are in those positions of the young folk. So yeah, and now they aged out. They ain't went to school. They ain't did nothing outside of high school.
Yeah.
So where they gonna work at? They can't work in the office.
And you know what? They sitting on them jobs too. You're supposed
And that's
to
why they
work
want
those
$15.
jobs
Yes.
and
See,
move on with your life. You're not supposed to just stay there.
but they can't. They can't.
But I feel like some of the younger people seem to be really ambitious, which is
Yes.
good. People are starting to make their own
Yes.
have their own businesses, and I feel like
Yes.
after 2020 or COVID, we kind of got to see.
Yes.
I think it made everybody think a little bit differently
Yes.
about what the long-term goal was, because you're
Right.
working for these companies, they're really not loyal to you.
Exactly.
And everyone, got to see that.
Yes. I mean, you're 100% right. And this is where COVID exposed some things about us that we really struggle with. It exposes our ability to communicate and network with each other. Because I thought, when at first I was like, man, this is a great time for some people who are on the lower spectrum of the income level would save a little money, cut back on stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it exposed a lot more. It exposed our ability to be in our youngest to communicate. I don't have to fight you just because your opinion is different. I can't force my opinion on you. But how about this? If you see I'm doing something wrong, just say, man, you know what, Trey, that's wrong. Because you got to look at both sides of it. And here's how we can be better. I'm just giving my ideas. I don't expect everybody to try it, but if you give me something, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try that. Because I've never been afraid to accept information. And look, I'll take it from somebody who's doing something to be driven in their own life. I could be your father. So, hey, if you can show me how to cook a meal, learn a little recipe a little better, you have to compete against my wife. You can show us how to bake. Now we got the main entree. You can give us some baking tips. We good. But you just gotta be willing to accept you be willing to work and learn new things in your life. It's a process. So
I agree with you on that. And I feel like sometimes we feel like we know everything or there's nothing that we can learn from other people. But let me tell y'all a story. So when I worked in the kitchen, I was making meatloaf, right? And the way I would do it would make the pan really dirty, but I didn't wash dishes. We had dishwashers for that. So I never really thought about it until the dishwasher came to me and was like, hey, why don't you try this so that the pan can come out cleaner and your meatloaf will look better? And it worked. And in that moment, even though I had been at culinary school, I was working in the kitchen, I just learned how to cook something better from a dishwasher. And then it was in that moment where it was very humbling to me, and it showed me and it taught me that you can learn from anybody and you should not look down on people. And if somebody has a way that's better than what you're doing, I don't know why you wouldn't do it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
make your life
So
easier.
I say all that to say you can learn from anybody. You got to open your mind, open your heart. Stop acting like you know everything, because like even on my Facebook group, I'm learning new things about food every day that I never even knew. And if you don't open your mind, you can't learn new stuff. So when you're stuck at where you're at, you're not going to grow. So you can learn from anybody, never look down on somebody. You never know who you're talking to and what they've been through. So, y'all gotta be nice out here in these YouTube streets. But yes, that was all my videos, and I just wanted to talk to you, Foodie Gang about how the rise of fast food prices explained by a chef. And I really wanted to break that down to you because when you go to a fast food, you're like, why is this happening? What the heck? And so later in this week, I have some smoothie videos I'm coming out with. I'm going to edit that. Probably will be going live the rest of the week. I have a lot of topics set up. Y'all, you know, I would just be watching these food videos and stuff just be popping up. Trey, do you have any plans for your channel?
You know, I'm supposed to be giving some people doing some interviews. You know, I've been meeting some interesting people around, you know, as I move around. You know, like I said,
You
I'm
be
trying
everywhere.
yeah, I'm just trying to tap into people of all walks of life. You know, just I'm not in no rush, you know. I'm just gonna move accordingly as it comes to me, you know. I don't mind coming on, just giving my little 2 cents with people like yourself and, you know, other people that I see this young trying to make a change, not only in their lives, but the lives of others. So I'm always attracted to that. So, you know, I met real quick, I met a 14-year-old. I was in Walmart. I was getting some. I seen a kid. I didn't know he was 14 at the time, but he stood about 6'4", 6'5". I saw him, then I saw the mother. The mother had 2 carts full of food. Both of them, well, was filled up with, of course, boxes and quick food servings of stuff, right? That was it. That's what the cart was. Of course, everything opposite of the good eats, right? But he also had 3 younger sisters. Well, 2 of them was his sisters. One of them was pretty little chocolate little girl, just pretty, just the hair was a mess, but you know, the mom, she was still having in a young state, you know, and I was talking to him. I talked to him like I talk to you right now. And the kids, they was all talking to me, Mr. Trey, Mr. Trey. Because I love kids. I love talking to the youngsters because ain't nothing better than a young kid, boy or girl that smiles and just be free. So I'm talking to him, and I was like, man, what you want to do? He said, I want to play football. Now, he was 14, war size 14. That's how big the boy was. Solid.
Ooh, he was overweight.
No, the boy was solid. He have a look.
Okay.
He don't even know his strength yet. That's how good, that's how he can be. Big, round, solid head. Everything was in proportion, you know what I'm saying? And I asked him, I said, what you want to do? He said, I want to play football. You sure? He said, yeah. I said, okay. And he actually called me. I saw him on like Friday. He called me Sunday. We talked for about an hour. He said, man, look, I want you to help me. And I said, okay, talk to your mama, because I go to the parent first. Once I connect with the kid, mama, can I have your boy for the summer? She like, yeah. I said, you sure? I said, because I don't play. I have him on speakerphone. I don't do all that. This is what I used to do. So I'm like, look, as far as school, I'm going to give him the expectation. As far as you taking care of him, support him, make sure you support what I'm saying, that's on you. I'm going to give you the expectation. I say the kids, the girls, they can come along for the ride. And I told him, I said, man, look, you got a great opportunity, because he was so-called being homeschooled, but of course, you know, mama, she had that uniform on. She had that, you know, the uniform they wear when they still like to be out in the streets.
You
But
crazy, Trey.
but that's the uniform that they wear. So you got your natural hair blooming, you at home cooking,
Said
got
the uniform.
your house smell like apple pies and shit. See what I'm saying? That's that good stuff right there. But again, she had this food opposite of what you talk about. So she said, okay. I said, okay. So I'm gonna be getting with him probably in the next few days when school's out, because school's ending this week. I think Friday's the last day. So starting early June, I'm gonna get with him, take him out there with that football, show him how to run somebody over and throw somebody to the ground. That's all. And when he starts school, he gonna have to be expected to keep them grades up. Then my last story, I saw a guy, one of my good friends, older friends, passed away last week. So I went to
sorry to hear that.
So I went to the little funeral and everything, and I saw a guy that grew up in my neighborhood, an older guy. You know, and they know how I used to operate when I was young, 17, 18, playing sports and stuff. They know I was one of those men. But anyway, So he's telling me he work at a school. He's like, man, I want you to come meet with my coaching staff, and because he know. I was like, man, I don't know. I said, man, listen, I don't really got to do too much. I said, but if I go to a situation, it has to be the right situation. He's like, no, man, I want you to meet the AD. I want you to meet everybody. He said, because I know who you are. I said, well, I'll talk about it with my wife and everything. So I talked about it to her. So I'm just going to see when I get a chance to talk to him and meet with him, see what they talking about. Because if I can change some lives, I'll let you know. And I love football. So, and every team I coach, we ain't never had a losing season. I coach girls and everything. I love that.
So you would be the coach of the boys football team?
Yeah.
Trey, that's what's up. But I think that is a great job for you. And the first story when you taking the boy under your wing, I think that is going to be so beneficial. And I'm glad that there's still people like you around that are willing to help. Because whether people want to admit it or not, it takes a village to raise a child. And a lot of these children do not have villages through no fault of their own. And so if you could help one person, you already made, a big difference. But I think the job for you as a football coach would be perfect. Because you always talking about how you ain't got no time. You got all this time on your hands, and you always talking and motivating us. So it's like you're gonna get to be like hands-on with the kids. Like you're gonna make a big impact. So I think that would be a great job for you.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm glad that like God put it in your path.
907. That's how I made my bread and butter in my strongest years. When I can get out there and work with the youth, I spent, man, as far as number, if I would look at the number, I'd probably say about 5,000 to 7,000 youth, ages, I'll say 12 to, well, my population total was like 12 to 65, 70. I had a 70-year-old guy just got out of prison. And he, his case was crazy, but he got to that place where he can survive it. He was living. Even the young folk, I love it. Working with the females, it don't matter to me. Saving a life has blessed me. That's that's why I talk to you 40-year-olds and you 35-year-olds like y'all do. I don't give a damn about y'all feelings. It's the babies that come. The babies come before y'all, and I don't mind,
exactly,
regardless. So that's all I'm saying. I love to see young people, especially young people of color, man, just going into their God-gift talent. Go into your God-gifted talent. Expect criticism going up, expect criticism going down. They did it to Jesus, my cousin. What you think they're going to do to me? And I'm bald-headed with big lips with moles on my face. They'll talk about me, so fuck them. Go after your dreams that God gave you.
And then when you tell the kids that you a YouTuber, oh, Trey, they're going to love you.
Yeah, I have them over.
I'm telling you, these kids be looking at me like I'm the tightest mom ever because I'm a YouTuber.
No, but you showing them a gift, though. You showing them something. You telling them how to be better. They love that. They love somebody just showing them, despite of, you can still be better. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, and I feel like, we are so easy to give up. And, so, giving up to me is not even an option. It's not something I even be talking about doing. I just feel like when things get hard, you got to work harder. You got to find a way. You know what I'm saying? But you can never give up. I think that is a great job for you. And I hope that it all works out for you. And I know you're going to be happy.
Man, but I bring more than just the crazy part. I have parent workshops at the schools. And that's why I used to really get in good, because I would have parent workshops, and of course it'd be mostly women, women that were involved with gangs. They coming in with their gang. I'm like, come on in, ladies, sit down. They come in with their partners. All that. I done had all that population, and I get ghetto. I act silly ghetto, but my message is always true and honest, and I put them in a position to present. It's wild. I've had people crying. It's crazy. Don't even know each other. Everybody in there crying. So I love that type of energy. I love that type of message, because I'm not the greatest, you know what I'm saying? But I know that, and I've been in all sectors though. See, my sector, my story's crazy. I done had to walk all them gamuts of being a black man in America. I ain't got away from none of them. I done been to jail, all that. I done did
What
all
you
that.
been in jail for?
And yeah, it wasn't nothing like I wasn't trying to take nobody's money or nothing. I don't hit women, so I wasn't doing none of that shit. They tried to say, well, my license was suspended. I didn't know it. So in Illinois, they lock you up. They don't care about all that.
Oh.
And impound your car. So it ain't no, then they make you go through these hoops. Because that's all I did was had to pay $40. Like, all right, you know that shit. And I paid it. Then I had to go. Yeah, it was wild stuff. It's wild, but you know, we can't escape it, you know, but I couldn't make excuses for not trying to be better for myself. And that was my focus, to continue to work through the processes, because I paid all my debt. I paid all my, you know, money I had to pay towards my children. And now as I got older, it started to come back to me. My overhead is less. I don't have no overhead. Thank God. Look, shout out to Biden for wiping out student debt. Yes, sir. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? But I just had to take advantage of the process. I went to college, I went to the military, went back to school. So you can't never stop. You know?
Yeah. Hey, Judge Jay, how are you doing? But yes, Trey, I feel like you are the perfect person to motivate the youth, and being a coach. I mean, that is like everything that you're doing on YouTube, plus the physical aspect. And the most important part is that young boys need to see someone that looks like them.
They don't look as good as me. What are you talking about? They're not handsome like me.
I'm talking about skin color, Trey. You talking about?
I'm just messing with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the handsome. You know, I'm old handsome.
I'm talking about skin tone, Trey.
Yeah, see, I'm a man.
And look, they're, you know, another thing that I've seen that men are balding at in their like 20s and 30s. Why do you think that is? Or you think that's just like genetics?
I can't say it's genetics, because I was the only one. Well, my mother's father was bald. He was a complexion of Michael Jordan. My mother's father was bald. Her mother was light skinned with the good hair. You know, me, I got my mother's hair and I'm built and look like my father. But my father had green eyes and hazel eyes and light brown. They changed colors like that. No, it was gray, hazel, and light brown, something like that. They used to change colors. I used to like, dang, this dude's eyes changed colors. And when he was gray, he was a Gemini. When his eyes was gray, that dude was half crazy. But when they were brown and hazel, he would be nice and shit. Yeah, when they was hazel, he drank a lot. When they was brown, he was calm because he worked every day. My father worked every day, but on the weekend, he was drunk out. So I could have used that like, man, I don't care. No, I said, oh, I ain't gonna be that type of person. Plus, my body couldn't handle the alcohol. I used to throw up when I was young, try to drink, you know. But I understood then that I started taking care of my body a little better. Both my parents smoked. I didn't smoke. I ain't never like a woman that smoked. Now, you smoke your little trees, man, fired up. You know, but as far as that, cigarettes and cigars, no, I never liked that. I tried to smoke a cigarette one time. I turned green. I was like 8 or 9. I was like,
what do you mean you turned green?
Yeah, you know, I'm light skinned. Almost, you know, I got some of that 10% Irish in me. So yeah, I was like they do when they get sick, turn green. It is what it is. You know.
Thank you so much, Brenus. He said, how to make sure I see all notifications for your channel 907. Yes, y'all gonna make sure y'all turn the notification bell on. I'm dropping pre-recorded content every Wednesday at 9 a.m. So y'all tune in tomorrow at 9 a.m. and hit the like button, and make sure y'all subscribe to Trey Furry, the player coach. Y'all make sure y'all go head over there and hit that subscribe button. And Trey, so the other day I saw you going live and you had your son on there. So tell us about that and what made you want to do that.
I mean, you know, he's 21 and I've been trying to talk to him about, you know, again, making a career choice. You know, he graduated high school, is decent. He went to a school. He didn't listen to me. He wanted to listen to his mama. and go to a school that I told him that I wasn't gonna help him afford because I understood college debt. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna pay out of pocket almost $20,000. You crazy. But okay, do it. Okay. So that's what he did. Then now he working at FedEx. He making about 45 a year. That's what he's making. He's been there about no, it's not FedEx. He was at FedEx. Then he went to Amazon. So he's been there about a year, making about 45. So that's what he's making. He's 21 years old. Just turned 21 in January. So I'm trying to tell him to continue to look at his options. He got the experience. You know, don't discount military, because even at his age, if you just talking about military to me, I'd be like, man, you crazy. I'm not joining no service. But I saw what was coming down the pike too, and like, let me get the hell out of here. And when I went to the service, I seen the crack hit those streets. I was like, nope, let me re-enlist. And when I got out, I understood, okay, I'm past all that childish game stuff. I want something different. And it just worked out. And I'm trying to get him to look at all his options because he's still young. Because we talk about, you know, do you want to get married? I let him know you find your wife early, because he ain't a kid that's out there, but he gets his share. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if you have a child out of wedlock,
wait, hold on, Trey. What do you mean?
he gets his share.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Because the women his age also, they want their share too.
That is true, and
I'm just telling them, wrap it up. Don't have no children out of wedlock, because I'm not gonna be no granddaddy before I turn 65, and that's about 10 more years. I ain't gonna play I ain't gonna play the granddaddy role. It's 9 years, so I'm 56. So,
but you know what's crazy, Trey? Some people be like grandparents are like 35, 40. So the fact that you made it this far and you're not a grandparent, I think that you know, it's sad to say, but some people be young grandparents.
And that's that generational curse. That's that life of subjugation, life of welfare, because you really can't. Yeah, it's just a sad state that we put ourselves in. You know, I just hope that the younger generation think a little different as far as how to build. You can't listen to 40-year-old people who've been heartbroken all their life, because you're in that space now. The opportunities there for them. You know, I tell him, find a woman. He know what type he like. You know,
and I think that we do this thing where we think that we can pick forever, and we spend all this time with all these different people, but not thinking about building. I think that that's one thing we lack as a community. We don't have a building type of mindset where we want to lay a foundation. People want to go out there, wild out, live their best life, and do all that stuff, and then try to build when they get to their 40s or 30s, and they got all these kids, and then, you know, you got to think, you know, that's 10 years you could have been building. And you can't build if your foundation broke, you know, so.
You said broke.
That's my opinion, Trey.
No, I agree with you 1,000%. I just driven off the fact you said broke. I mean, you're 100% right. Everything about what you said is right. And it's crazy because as you get older, you get hindsight. Like some things that I wish I would have, that I know today, I wish I would have knew at 21, 22. Because remember, my father wasn't giving me game as far as, look, when you get out here, be productive. He, you know, as a kid, he gave me certain stuff. But when I was a teenager, I could come in the house at 5 to 6 in the morning. I used to come in on Saturdays, hanging out with my girlfriend. My daddy going to work. I'm coming in the house. 7:30 in the morning on Saturday morning from the age 16. You know, so he wasn't giving me that, but I didn't use it as an excuse not to want to have better for myself. You know what I'm saying? So it helped me navigate.
I feel like some people are kind of using it as an excuse what they didn't have.
Yes.
And, you know, like you said, when you get to be 21 and you get to be grown, at that point, you got to take a little bit of responsibility, and you got to say, I am at where I'm at in life because of my inability to want to achieve better. And you got to stop trying to blame people, stop trying to, you know, stop running around here. And you just got to take some accountability. Because if you don't take accountability, you can never move forward. But you know, Trey, that's just our opinion. They ain't gonna listen to us till we got Ferraris and Mercedes Benz.
Listen, that's why it's for the kids. I want the kids to get all that.
Yeah,
The kids can get all of that. You just can't let these
yeah.
old folk ride in it. See, that's what I'm saying. I understand. I ain't trying to be at the top. I'm just in the middle. So when you need that boost, I'm gonna just throw you over the
Look,
fence.
I'm okay with being at the bottom. Nobody gotta know my name. I don't care. Like you said, I'm here to help the kids. The kids are the future. The grown adults. It is what it is.
It is what it is. TV. Shout out to Hassan. It is what it is.
For real, it is what it is. Look, I ain't trying to argue with y'all. I'm done.
Stay off my yard. Don't come on my yard. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. We moving on to the kids. They want to listen.
So bring them on. Bring all your babies. I'll take them all summer.
Mm-hmm.
For $50 a week, I'm taking all your kids.
Yeah. But you know, as far as her, the woman that you saw in the store having all the prepackaged food,
Yeah.
it's just sad because nobody has time for nothing. But yet you see people scrolling all day on TikTok or Facebook, but then they claim they ain't got time for this, ain't got time for that. And it's like, it's not that you don't have time, it's that you're not using your time effectively. That's it. You know, you're not being effective with your time.
And
But
sometimes we selfish with our time. You know, what I mean by that is, okay, I have a responsibility outside myself. And if I was just hanging out, worrying about myself and not worrying about those that are in my love circle, then I'm doing everybody a disservice. Really, I think I'm doing everybody a disservice. Some women will spend 3 or 4 hours in the mirror trying to get their wig together for their live, right? They'll do that. But you won't spend 45 minutes and you can have your 10-year-old, 12-year-old children right there chopping up some carrots, slicing some motherfucking, I don't know, what else can you, slicing some tomatoes, because you can show them how to do it because YouTube is a teaching tool too. And within 30 minutes, they could have prepped the meal. You show them how to get the temperature right. Again, YouTube can teach them too. And then everybody eat at the table and eat at the dinner table together. It'll change our kids' life and ask them questions. I saw a video just last night that a young woman gave her daughter 30 seconds or a minute to just say as many cuss words as she wanted to about her mom.
what?
Yeah, I saw that. I emailed it to myself.
That's crazy.
I'm like, we still in this mindset in 2024, after COVID, after all these immigrants where they come and take your welfare. And this is the mindset. That shit is scary.
And you taking a video of it to go viral.
She said she was talking her through it before she even let her go live. She was like, you got 30 seconds.
It was live?
Well, I saw the video. I don't know if it was live, but I
Oh,
saw
okay.
it.
I was like, this
To
crazy.
me, once I see the video, it's just live. So it might not be live on the moment, but it's live when that video come out. You can't take that video.
Yeah.
So when I seen it, I'm like, it's sad because it was, again, a young woman. She had the bonnet on. Granted, you in the house, but you in. The little girl asked her a few times, "Is it okay?" She's like, "Yeah." She asked, and then she turned around, and the woman walked out, and the girl just like, "This be this be that, this be getting the money." I'm like, "Come on, man, we better than that.
Yeah.
We better than that."
I do not like when little kids curse, and I just feel like it is just, man.
But you know that's a form of neglect too. The Child Protective
Services. Yeah, you say your kids up for failure, and then people want to neglect their kids and record it. That's what is kind of crazy to me. Like, you recording your kid doing that?
That's neglect.
Like, what is the point of that?
That's neglect. That is child neglect, and it's also like, it's almost like you perpetuating your own child to be less than. It's just unfortunate, because where's the father? brother, go get your baby, especially if you know who that baby is. If you know it's yours, save that baby, because if not, that young girl's life is gonna be terrible based off the mother's selfishness. Women, if you can't handle it, just say it's overwhelming.
Yeah, and that all goes back to being real with yourself. But I want to thank Brina so much. She just sent $20 on Cash App. She said, "Great show, hon." Thank you so much. And Brina is going to be the sponsor of the show.
Yeah.
And let me fix that while you're talking. Trey, go ahead.
No,
But
man.
yeah,
Shoot,
people is trifling.
Yeah, they trifling. I mean, it's just unfortunate though. It's just unfortunate though. You know, I think this young girl could be a good one. You know, but teaching this type of rhetoric to a child, it only creates generational curses. When you teach children to be demonic, when you teaching that children, because most of our bad behaviors are learned behaviors anyway. But when you're a mother and you teach your child that, God does not like that. He punishes everything you touch. So be wary, ladies. Don't put this stuff out there for you, baby. Don't do it. Because pretty soon when she start cussing that mom out, guess what? The mom gonna be on YouTube talking about how funny she is and how she just like her daddy. See, so that's bullshit right there. So I don't know, man. Come on, man. Give the kids a chance, man.
And it's crazy. It's like you said, she could be teaching her kids something good and she's spending all that time teaching her the wrong thing.
Yeah, I got that video too. I was like, man, shit. I was saying I was gonna do it live.
I don't get it. You know, like if you're gonna spend that time teaching your kid the wrong thing, well, spend the equal amount of time teaching them the right thing.
You have to. You have to.
And you have to think, what if that was well, you know, the way I be thinking is like, because we know we're in the digital age, right? What if somebody from our school sees that?
But 907, they see it. The school sees this stuff. The you know, remember the what's they used to say, the pipeline to prison mentality and method? This is what those methods do. When you put a target on your child's back, and now with technology, when they run your name within those schools, they go social media pages. That's on applications now. So when you think you're trying to get over and you put that on there because you want to be so-called noticed, that everybody's looking at that now. They run your name through social media. That's how they keep people from certain jobs. Even though they might have the skill, they run your social media and be like, oh, they got their booty out. Oh, they out here doing this and they turning up. And it's date stamp. So if it's Wednesday, you like, hold up, that's a work day. What you doing out there? So they look at all that, but we just so slow. We think, why they do that to us?
We just think like we're thinking for right now. And let me tell y'all, when I worked in the kitchen, some of the supervisors I have are okay, some of the managers okay. One of the managers was doing new hires and they were looking at applications, right? What she would do is that she would go on social media and search their name. And if any of them had things on their social media profile that were inappropriate, not suitable, they would literally not call that person back. So what you guys put on your social media, it does matter. And it is forever. It is your digital footprint. And so if you want to go and you want to be twerking on the gram and all that, just know that when you're ready to change your life, that video will still be there. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful what you do, because in 2024, we are all beginning to brand ourselves. So you're coming out here as a brand, and that is what your brand is. Now, some people, like Trey said, be having on the outfit, and they want that to be their brand, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's not what we're doing over here, Foodie Gang. Right? We cooking, and we're gonna be honest people.
Yeah. And even with guys, you know, at some point,
y'all got the outfit on.
No, you don't have the outfit. So you don't have the outfit on because you're a mother. It's a difference between a baby mama and a mother. It's a difference. You're a mother. You put your child's needs over yours. You know, you just taking advantage of the time spent because you're focusing on a skill, a craft, providing information. Those things are beneficial to you 10, 15 years down the road. When your daughter starts to grow up, she's going to always remember what mama said on how to be a better person and do things the right way. And it'll come back in her wealth. And her wealth is your wealth. You know what I'm saying? Some
Yeah,
people don't understand
because
that.
that woman who was teaching her kid how to curse and all that stuff, that kid is going to grow up. And if she thinks that that kid is going to be able to take care of her after what they've been taught, she's going to have a long lesson. That's another thing that we got to think about. We got to think about the future. We got to pour positivity into our kids. Can't be pouring in negative stuff. If they're going to learn those things from the world, cool. But the first things that you should be teaching your kid should be survival skills, how to treat people, and education. Shouldn't be cursing word or cuss words. Like, where's she going to use that at, Trey?
In the neighborhood where she gonna stay all her life based off what her mama's teaching is, that just creates the whole generational curse because it kills the motivation of a child. When that child start coming to an age of reason and start realizing what she did was bad, it's going to create a whole low self-esteem. It creates internal problems. So now she's just acting out just because it's accepted by her mother, and her mother will not have a good relationship. I'm trying to tell you, this is easy
Yeah,
to predict. I
they're
ain't
not.
saying I'm not wishing bad on the child because everything is wrong on the mother. But once this young lady grows up, and you know how we are, we're gonna throw it back. Look what you did when you was 8. Now, the girl couldn't have been no more than 8 or
Mhm.
9 years old. No
And
more.
then they're going to pull up the receipts.
And that's what we do because we love to see people in pain and misery. And then this young girl, because she could be a nice little girl, she could be a nice young lady, but hopefully she doesn't take on those behaviors of her mother. But if she don't side with her mother, and I've seen this a lot of women try to get their children to side with them regardless. See, I let you do whatever you want to do, so why are you going to side with me? Because everybody comes to a time, male or female, when they want to do the right thing. It's just in you innately. You're not born to be
Yeah.
evil. If you did, you can't call yourself Christians or children of God. That's not in our spirit. But when we take on these behaviors, especially when you spread a rod, spoil the child. You raise a child up the way you want them to go. You telling me this is the way
Exactly.
she's raising her child. So the child could more than likely go that way. And her and her mother will have beefs and they will fight, which will continue to create a generation of curse. So
Yes, I agree with everything Trey Ferg is saying. And this brings me to my next point. Randy sent me a video where she was talking about how McDonald's isn't for children anymore. You remember when they used to have playlands? They used to have the paper napkins on the trays. So we're gonna have to do a live stream about that because this kind of goes into what we're talking about, which is children and the proper way to raise them. And I'm not saying that we're all perfect, but I know one thing: our kids will not be on no screen cursing. And if
hell,
they do say a curse word, they're going to get in trouble. And that is the difference between us and them. You know what I'm saying? It's like it all matters though, because like you said, you're teaching your kid the wrong values. The childhood is a foundation of life. And that is why I make children's content, because the foundation of life is so important. I've met so many adults that I'd be like 30 and 40 and 50 talking about things that happened in their childhood that were traumatic to them or good. And that just goes to show you how important childhood can be. So we don't need to be passing on bad habits. You know what I'm saying? Like, teach your kids right, leave the bad habits to the world. The world gonna teach them that in due time. But no, 6, 7-year-old needs to be cursing and all that stuff. I mean, and y'all protect your kids. because they ain't gonna be able to work at a fast food job when they get older, because they're all gonna be taken over by machines. So teach your kids, a skill. Brenda said, I believe it starts with the mother when she carries. I do agree with that. I mean, every part of a child's life is so important. And that 18 years can make or break their future. It really can. But y'all, Foodie Gang, we've been up here for almost 3 hours just talking. When I start talking, I get to going.
I've been holding you up. I've been running my mouth.
I'll be talking forever about these kids.
That was me.
Trey, do you got any final thoughts before we close the show out?
Yeah, I was holding you up. I probably jumped on and was talking too much.
You're not holding me up, Trey. I like when you come through and you be having good conversations. And that's another thing. You can tell a difference between the young people and the older people sometimes. Because young people don't be having that much to say. All they want to do is talk about one thing. And, so I like talking to you. Yeah.
So all they want to do is fight. They don't want to get the positive energy from it. Sometimes you just need the positive energy. I learned because people gave me positive energy, and those that didn't, I didn't hang around y'all fuckers. It just wasn't me.
That's why I stay in the chat sometimes, right? Because people want to argue, and that's it. And that's okay. Hey, you ain't gonna do it with me.
But again, 907, you arguing with me. I'm not trying to get no stomach ache because of you. I'm not trying to get no headache because of somebody else. I learned that early. Get away from me. I have sisters, so I learned how when people start just going off about nothing, then I would just dismiss myself from them. So I didn't. Even guys, I'm like, oh well, okay, I'll let you. But it just comes down to right now. We get a great opportunity to start taking advantage of the change. We can't spend our next 4 or 5 years after this presidential. Well, women, listen. And the reason why I say this to you all is because, listen, the dynamic is getting ready to change with these immigrants coming over to y'all neighborhoods, getting y'all fancy-ass apartments. Y'all see it's overpriced because America is no longer made for the single-family home. Whether you want to think that you can make a deal with a man or not, as you age out after 35, you better be trying to get with a man. And you better try to do it before that. But understand, it's only a few of us that are worthy of being a man with a woman. Some of us want to be single men because it's more y'all than us. And in the meantime, you can take advantage of it by one, understand your body is the golden ticket. You don't want your daughters to repeat the same cycle. You can't say children didn't have this and children didn't know about this, because now women are saying children can be the daddy too. So be the daddy and don't let your daughter be have the relationship and type of background that you had, going to Freaknik and all that. Protect your son. You got to find a way to connect him to a righteous brother. It's a righteous man out there. Even if the daddy, if he don't like you, take that out of the picture. Go drop him off. If he's somewhere in the street. Now, I ain't saying jeopardize your health and safety of the child. But if he's just old regular smuggler, but he don't want nothing to do with you, he can still be a good guy for your child. And that's male or female. But preferably the boy when he turned 12. When his scrotum sacs separate and he don't want you to see him naked no more, he stop wearing them little tighty whities, he needs a man. And that's the way he can grow to be different than the type of man that you see out here and your brothers and shit, because y'all dating your brothers. That's all it is. But, this is a good time for our future. It's a good time for our future. I don't understand what the 30s to 40s and 50s going to do, because they can't afford to spend these 20 years crying and fighting. They can't do it. It's going to be rough for y'all. See, you in that age group too.
Amen.
But if y'all don't, then hopefully your children like you and you treat them with love, and you don't teach them how to curse and be bad. You teach them how to respect themselves and respect others. Other than that, they ain't going to put up with y'all foolishness. So that's all I got, man. Appreciate you, 907, man. I always got good information. I've been missing you, so I had to come back and just spend some time with you.
I know, Trey. Where you been? You been hiding.
I was just trying to get the notifications. I can't get it. I don't know what's going on with me and your YouTube. I thought I subscribed to you. I think I subscribed because I get something, but I was trying to get it so I can check all. I think that's what it is.
Oh, my daughter just showed me that. I probably got to go to yours and change it too. So on the notification bell, it comes up with options
Yeah.
where you can pick like generalize or all.
I
And
don't
she
see
just
yours.
showed me this, and she's 7 years old, or she was 6 at the time.
Yeah.
These little kids know what's up.
Yeah. But I got to figure it out because I couldn't get all. I don't get them all. So
Yeah, Trey, and if you guys haven't watched it, watch the Banana Wars, the live we did in season 1. It's doing really good. I think it's at like 4K or something like that.
that's good.
Y'all check that live out. Learn about bananas. All right, Trey, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you up out of here. Thank you for coming up. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Trey's channel, Foodie Gang. We'll see you next
Trey Perk got
time.
to play.
I think I cut him off a little bit, but that's all right. All right, Foodie Gang. This has been a great show. Thank you so much to everyone that stopped by. Normally I'm in the kitchen, but I'm in the bedroom today. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much, Brina, for contributing to the show and keeping the stove on. Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn the notification bell on, and then when you turn it on, you have to click it and you have to hit all so that you get every notification. I have pre-recorded content coming out tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm going to be going live later in the week. I don't have it set up yet, but it's coming. After this video ends, please come back and comment on the video. And I want to thank everybody so much for coming through, keeping the chat going. Thank y'all so much. And you can support this show and keep the stove on at #Chefbigbank. Brina is going to be the sponsor of today's show, coming through heavy with the $20. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Subscribe to Ava's Playtime, a channel made for kids on YouTube. Make sure that you follow me on all my social media platforms. Let's stay in touch. Let's stay in touch. And join my fan page on Facebook, Chefbigbank Foodie Gang fan page. We are at like 714 members. And we're going to start a pasta contest, so stay tuned for that announcement. But stay in touch with me. Share your food with the group. It's over 700 foodies from all over the world. Join us and be one of the Foodie Gang members on the fan page. And my merch is also available. I got the certified Foodie Gang. And then I have some shirts and mug, and then we're gonna have more merchandise coming soon. So check those out, y'all. Randy said, great show. Thank y'all so much, Foodie Gang. Without y'all, it wouldn't be a good show. I would just be up here rambling. But y'all, Foodie Gang, y'all make it possible. Y'all ask great questions, and I appreciate everybody in the chat, because y'all could be anywhere else on YouTube. Y'all could be in these streets arguing, but y'all over here learning. So I appreciate that. Stay away from fast food if you can. Save your money. Go to the store. And I think that was all the announcements. And like I said, Brina is going to be the sponsor of the show, coming through heavy with $20. And I think that's it for you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 9 a.m. sharp. And I'll see y'all later on in the week. I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. Foodie Gang, gang, gang.
Food gang.
Foodie gang. Foodie gang.
Foodie gang. This is Chef Big Bank. Thank you so much for watching at 907 Good Eats. Make sure you hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m. I'm out.